Can I get a witness? 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 Ooh, ooh. Welcome to the huddle. Each one reach one. Each one teach one. If you that one, then you got to know. Can I get a witness? 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 Welcome to the huddle, where we know that your attention is the most powerful thing that you can pay. So if you paying me some attention right now in the moment or on the replay, I just want you to hear me say that I appreciate it and I give my all to be worthy. Each one reach one. Each one teach one. If you are that one, then you got to know that you are enough. Enough to get it all right when everything seems to be going all wrong. I want to give a shout out to my executive producer. This happens to be my wardrobe coordinator. I say, baby, what I'm wearing today. She said, take it back to the basics. Take it back to the everyday feeling of what you is and who you is. Make it simple and plain. Basically, she said, teach tonight. And you teach best when you're most comfortable. I want to give a shout out to my homegirl, the greatest co-host in the whole world. Alexa, tell me something good.
We all we got. We all we need.
She's telling me something good in the midst of a moment where outside, I guess it's because it's 4th of July, somebody's shooting a gun. Oh my God. Tell me something good. You know, it's a powerful thing when I can ask her that, because at any moment, something good can pull you out of a dark place. Can you tell yourself something good when it's time to? Alexa, 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 tell me something good.
We all we got. We all we need.
I had to call about 3 times. She was like, you heard them gunshots now. You sure this is what we're going to do? I say, hell yeah, we're going to run the play. We protect it. See, tonight's word is secret. We protect it. You got a secret weapon? Do you have a secret? Do you know secrets? What really is a secret to you? The question is more powerful than the answer. Alexa, what is the meaning of secret?
As an adjective, secret is usually defined as done, made, or conducted without the knowledge of others. As a noun, secret is usually defined as something that is or is kept secret, hidden, or concealed. For more, ask me to give you more definitions for secret. Did that answer your question?
Done or made without the knowledge of others. A secret sets you apart. Can you keep a secret? The question is more powerful than the answer. What makes you worthy of someone telling you a secret? I'm going to start off with a story to set the tone about a secret. There was a man named Herbert. Herbert was a janitor at a library, a very big library. Herbert mopped the floors, took out the trash, cleaned the windows, and dusted the shelves. Herbert watched scholars walk through quietly, vasting over information and knowledge. Herbert often looked in the shadows and admired these people. But one day Herbert was sweeping the hallway and he saw a crooked brick in the wall. He had never seen this crooked brick before. So Herbert became curious and touched the brick and noticed that the brick was kind of loose. So when he moved the brick, he saw that a key was there. Herbert grabbed the key and looked around and saw if anybody had seen him messing with the loose brick, and nobody saw him. Herbert was curious. He said, man, what's going on? So the next night, Herbert came to work. Herbert checked every door. He was curious to find out, what is this hidden key for? After he had checked halls all night and there was no fit, he saw a keyhole up into a small door that led up to the attic. He put the key in and it opened. Herbert made sure the coast was clear and he walked up to the attic by way of the hidden stairway. And he realized that he began to discover handwritten journals, scientific documents, books that wasn't in the general directory of this library. This was a big library. These were hidden books in a hidden attic that he found a hidden key to. So Herbert began to read the books. There were books about how your mind shaped reality, how to understand the patterns and reality of people in the way they think, how to understand the power of words and names, and how they are used to cultivate the mind. Herbert went up there every night for months, reading these books that were seen to be hidden. He had found a secret place in the library. He began to walk different. He began to talk different, getting to hold his chest out high. He found a secret location of powerful books that all the scholars that walked through this library every day didn't really seem to know that existed. So one day Herbert was at work, and the library director called Herbert to the office. She said, how you doing, Herbert? I said, I'm doing all right, Herbert, nervous. She said, I just want to let you know that I've been paying you some attention, Herbert. And like I always say, your attention is the most powerful thing you can pay. She said, Herbert, I've been paying you some attention, and I've noticed there's something changing about you. And it seems that you're far more than just a janitor now. Herbert's stunned. He don't know what to say. He looking like, She said, you don't have to be nervous, Herbert. I know you found the secret room. Herbert said, yes, I did. She said, well, now that you know where the secret room is, the choice is yours. Herbert confused. He don't know if he finna get in trouble or not. Herbert asked her, he said, well, what choice do I have? She said, you got two choices. You can continue to go up there in the secret room and get the secret knowledge. And you can quietly, secretly move up. And as you move up, you can take the ladder up with you. Or you got the choice, Herbert, to bring that knowledge down out the secret room. Risk it all and leave it hanging like a crooked brick. For another soul may find the way to the secret. The choice is yours, Herbert. See, the point of the story is the secret ain't the power. It's what will you do with the secret once you know it? What will you do with the secret once you know it? Do you know a secret? Do you know a secret place? Do you know a secret way that separates you from others? See, a secret separates you. Many are called, but few are chosen. Let me tell you what that means in real life. Many are invited. Many are invited. Some people hang up joy. I got invited. I got invited. But few will be selected. And the ones that will be selected will have the qualities to receive the secret. The ones that was invited that didn't get selected, they will hang their egos on just being able to say, I got invited. And even though they'll leave and not know the secret, they'll have enough truth and evidence to say that I was there, even though I wasn't selected, so they'll act like they know the secret when they really don't. They're kind of halfway separated from those that don't. Going somewhere real tonight, and I want to teach something deep tonight. This ain't nothing you got to research. You just got to sit there and chew and realize that the secret is in you. I want to give you a secret. I want to risk it all, leave it leaning on a brick so that another soul may move it to find the key. I want to keep holding this secret that separates you and me. Now, do you really want to know the secret? Sometimes people say, Trav, let me tell you a secret, but don't tell nobody. I say, no, I'm going to tell somebody. I got to tell somebody that my God is almighty. Good God almighty, hey. I can't keep the secret. I'm going to tell it to you because I want you to find yours so yours can be almighty. See, I'm talking about mine. I ain't talking about yours. Only way you can find yours is if you know the secret. Do you know the secret? And if you know the secret, what have you done with it? Do you pull the ladder up when you go up with it, or do you leave it down leaning so that someone else may come up with the secret? Question is more powerful than the answer. My daddy gave me a lesson about a secret one time. It's a powerful story. He picked up a piece of junk, but he knew it had value. And something in him knew where to take it. And he took it there. And the man said, man, I'm so glad that you bring me this. One man's junk is another man's treasure. He picked up a piece of junk, but when he took it to another man, it became a treasure. And this man, was so thankful for the treasure that my daddy bought him. My daddy was just doing business. Man asked my daddy, he said, Charles, can you keep a secret? I said, yes, sir. Why you asking me that? And if it matter or don't matter, I just want to say this was a white man. I said, Charles, can you keep a secret? They said, yes, sir. He said, why you asking me that? He said, well, I got a budget to buy what you bringing me. And you bring me so much that you take all of my buying budget. So, but I tell you what, Charles, I like you and I like our relationship. If you can keep a secret, I always have just enough in my budget for what you bring. But if you can't keep a secret and you tell people where to take that, then you'll share my budget with others. And so my daddy told me this from a business perspective. Hey, son, the key to doing real business is being able to keep a secret. That's what separates you from others. And in that context, that's good, that's real, that's business, that's money, that's profit. But there's the other side of the coin. See, can't serve two masters. Some things money can't buy. The most powerful thing you can pay is your attention. You pay attention to who matters and what matters to them. Do you know the secret on how to make that work? So I understand business, but this is the secret we all need. So as I've been chewing on this here secret, come on here every week, man. Tell secret, tell the secret, teach the secret. Do you understand? I'm telling you a secret. Do you really understand that? I'm telling you a secret. I went up there with her, but I'm leaving it as a brick. All you got to do is move it. Pay it some attention. I'm going to leave some keys that'll unlock some doors. Had a conversation this week. We get in deep thought, conscious thought. I love the way there's a new conscious wave of people wanting to understand history. Black people, black power, how it's real. I hate that it's coming by way of politics, because it kind of brings people through the door sideways. And they think they on the right path, but they coming through the door sideways. And if you come through the door sideways, you can't never straighten up right. So we're having sideways conversations about Black Wall Street to newcomers on the block of conscious thought. And they always say, well, why we can't have Black Wall Street no more? And it's simple. It ain't deep. Black Wall Street was destroyed in 1921. 1921. Many other black towns that had grew to greatness was destroyed in 1921, around that time. I'm gonna talk some real shit tonight. My granddaddy, my mama daddy was born in 1920. He told me the secret. Juneteenth just ended. Let's talk real shit. In 1865, slavery ended. Black people were free. It was a time where in real life we really understood we all we got, we all we need. We ain't got no other choices. But there was leaders amongst us. They were the ones that we call Uncle Tom, who was a noble, admirable man. But because we don't understand what the fuck we be saying, we'll make that a derogatory thing. But Uncle Tom was an admirable man who was a leader that could be trusted amongst his people to go represent that what was being said in that house. Sambo was the crooked, raggedy motherfucker. You know that. If you don't, you know now. So in 1865, we free. Well, what we gonna do, y'all? What we gonna do, y'all? Do we really know what's outside of the borders of freedom? And because we didn't know that, like Herbert found how the power of words work. They say, well, we're going to make them free, but they really ain't going to be free. We just got to change the words in their mind and give them a new connotation. So we never became free. We just became sharecroppers. We became to work the same land for the same white man, but now we got a different way of understanding. We doing this because we free and we pay to be. But the white man say, hold on now, we still got to separate them between me. So from the north, some white men on a mission called missionaries came with a gang called seminary. And they came and chose, many are chosen. Many are called. They came and chose all the leaders from the south of every plantation. Show me your light. Show me your light. He went to all the white men along the southern states and all the southern towns. Show me your lights amongst your black people. Say, come here. Many are called. Many are called. Come here. You are light. You are light. You are light. You are light. Starting a seminary school, being taught by missionaries. Morehouse, Spelman, Fitz, Johnson C. Smith, all white men. All white men that came by the church, that came by the Bible, on a mission. Alexa, what is the meaning of a seminary?
The noun, seminary, can have a few meanings. 1. A special school providing education in theology, religious history, etc., primarily to prepare students for the priesthood, ministry, or rabbinate. 2. A school, especially one of higher grade. 3. A school of secondary or higher level for young women. 4. Seminar, a small group of students, as in a university, engaged in advanced study and original research under a member of the faculty and meeting regularly to exchange information and hold discussions.
Alexa, what is the meaning of a missionary?
As a noun, missionary can have a few meanings. 1. A person sent by a church into an area to carry on evangelism or other activities, as educational or hospital work. 2. A person strongly in favor of a program, set of principles, etc., who attempts to persuade or convert others. 3. A person who is sent on a mission.
So in 1868, 1869, slavery ended in 1865. Right when it ended, there was a plan, there was a plot that there would be white men coming under the guise of seminary on a mission to invite many but select few. Alexa, what is the origins of Morehead College?
According to an Alexa Answers
Hold on.
contributor.
Alexa, stop. I said it wrong. Alexa, what is the origins of Morehouse College?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, the original name of Morehouse College was the Augusta Institute. It has since been called Atlanta Baptist Seminary and Atlanta Baptist College.
See that? Atlanta Baptist Seminary. I just want to let you know, you ain't got to do too much more research. I'm giving you the secret. So when they called many and selected few, they taught them from an esoteric perspective. They taught them with an objective. We must enlighten a class that will govern over the mind of the masses of free black people. The foundation will be the Bible and religion. Nobody loves Jesus like black people on planet Earth in America. Nowhere. I'm telling you the secret. That was the mission. They came with an esoteric thought, the craft, the secret, the sacrecy. Call it Freemason, you call it whatever you want to call it. But you got to be selected to get the secret. Still to this day. They taught them the secret. So from 1870, 1880, 1890, 1900, 1910, 1920, it's at a powerful state. They had done cultivated the first generation of blacks. They had went all down the South and selected every light amongst groups of black people to bring them into seminary schools with the mission to teach them the secret so that they would use the secret to govern over the masses of black people. They went wrong. That first class of black people didn't keep the secret. They went home. They went back amongst their people. And they taught the secret from the bottom up. How would you say I know this? Because my granddaddy was born in 1920, the youngest child of an old family, who was a founder of Greertown in Charlotte, North Carolina, being led by Bill Bensley, who had 400 acres in 1890. Who still to this day, Greertown, my great-granddaddy, is on the wall of fame for establishing something powerful in this here time. I know the secret because somebody who was there told it to me. Do you want the goddamn secret or not? I risk it all to lean it like a leaning brick so that you can move it to find the key. They built it from the bottom up. They felt like everybody amongst us deserved to know the secret. They didn't pull the ladder up as they moved up. They felt like the lowest man on the totem pole, the one who was the laborer, the one who wasn't skilled enough to lay brick. All he was able enough to do was go get the sand, but they respected him as a real man, and they say, whether you know what to do with it or not, let me tell you the secret. The missionaries in their seminary school playing Blackfire, kind of like the movie Frankenstein. They didn't know that that first class would come and tell everybody. And because they told everybody, it created communities where every living soul in these communities believed in themselves and know truly what I'm trying to tell you every week when I say we all we got, we all we need. We talking about 1920 when ain't too many black folk know how to read. So they have no alternative. To we all we got, we all we need. Fuck you mean I got to read? I don't know how to do that. That's what the leaders went to learn. That's why they trusted and loved Uncle Tom, because they know he was going to come back and tell them in our language, in our soul. What you learn, Tom? And Tom said, let me teach you. And he taught the lowest man on the totem pole how to be strong and how to be tall. And nobody had insecurities about somebody else knowing the secret. See, I want to tell it to you because I don't care about nobody thinking they my competition. I'm a master. You either going to work with me or I'm going to kick your ass. Master, this here judo wati. Either with me or against me. I risk it all. I risk it all. So they realized that they did something wrong. The missionaries at the seminary school say, hold on, y'all. We got to regroup. See, I told you they taught them a secret. See, the secret is on the back of the dollar. This ain't no deep shit. This ain't no conspiracy shit. This right now, you can pull out your pocket, your dollar, and you can look at all them symbols on the back of your dollar. There will even be a pyramid on the back of your dollar. This ain't no made up shit. This ain't no woke shit. It's the same pyramid that represents what I'm trying to tell you. It's right there on the back of your dollar. It's right there in the foundation of what America was built on. It ain't no secret because it's in your face. It ain't no secret. It just done trained you enough to where you can't see it because you don't want it. But they realize, man, we done something wrong. We didn't teach them the secret so that they could use it to make themselves powerful in their own right. We used it so that they would govern those beneath them and always feel a connection to us. So they say, let's regroup. Let's bomb Tulsa. Let's bomb Greenwood. Let's bomb everywhere where they done use the craft to make it what it supposed to be for them. And that what now playing. Let's bomb that shit and start over and let's regroup. And here we are today. I'm calling you out. Fuck your secret. I'm telling it all right now. That's anybody who holds their knowledge sacred. What you know? Why you can't tell me what you know? Why, if it can help me, make me a better man, why you won't tell every man how to be a better man? What the fuck is secret about it? I'm going crazy because I'm telling the secret and don't nobody really want it. And I'm simply saying the power is inside of you. And if you don't know it's inside of you, you will look out there somewhere and you ain't going to never find it. And people will play with your mind and play with your soul. And that's the simple goddamn secret. That's the simple secret. Oh, I get so passionate when I talk about this because this is the purpose. Man, goddamn, I even put the secret in a book because I really want every last person I feel at the bottom, even the one who don't even know it yet about himself. There's a power in you that needs to be ignited because somebody needs it. And that's what it was created for. That's what you was created for. So today, at Morehouse, at Johnson C. Smith, and everywhere they get crafted under the same guise, but we don't really understand. See, it's here and now. We don't even know that these are seminary schools that were started by white people on a missionary, but we call them HBCUs, and now we think they all black because we don't really know the secret that everything we think black was really goddamn white. We don't know that. And there's people new to this journey that don't understand that it's a mighty road you got to travel to see this shit for what it is. If you're coming in here on some emotional thinking you're a Democrat, man, you don't know the secret. Because if you really know the secret, the only name I do for it is the one you got and go by. My name Trav. And I'm the master of me. And I give my all in spiritual warfare in every way that I attract other ones that's the master of themselves. And man, we align in powerful ways, knowing the secret that's so simple that we can make it together, protect each other, and know that it's way more bigger than us as individuals. We just a part of it. And I give my all to be in harmony and in tune with it. And I'm cool enough to say, I don't know it all. Because I know the ones that know it all know we know nothing at all. That's another secret. That's another secret. So if you understand that, or if you want the secret, do you know the secret? What secret do you know? So we think about some bullshit. Most time we think about secret, we simply thinking about something we ashamed of. That's how far off from the path we is. The secret will make you light up. The secret will make you glow. The secret will make you know, I make money, money don't make me. Pull out that dollar and look at it. Look what's around that pyramid and look what's at the top. You want to do some research? Get a dollar. Look at that eagle. Right wing, left wing, same bird. Look on your dollar. It's saying the God we trust. What God is they talking about on that dollar? All the symbols right there on your dollar. Left wing, right wing, same bird, eagle. Feeble-minded motherfucker think he one wing of it. Feeble-minded motherfucker. And that's either you're for Trump or against Trump. If you stand on either wing, you're a feeble-minded motherfucker that don't understand the secret. And I stand on that. And I can kick that from any way, anyhow. And if you're real enough to pay attention, I'm giving you the secret to how you can too. Same bird. When the eye be single, the body shall be full of light. He said he wrote, man, I'm looking through my third eye. Where your third eye? Man, nah, it's your imagination. And that ain't black, white, Asian, Chinese, or Mexican. That's human. Everybody got an imagination. If your imagination is rooted in true knowledge, true intelligence, and true sense, you'll be, man, goddamn, you'll be surprised at what you can see. If you really want to see it, all you got to do is close your eyes. I'm telling you the secret. I'm telling you the secret. Yelling tonight, man. I wanted to be calm, but I know I'm teaching. No, I'm teaching. Herbert say, you got a choice, Herbert. You're going to keep on learning this here sacred knowledge. You're going to keep on here knowing the secret. You're going to keep on coming up here to this little room that all the scholars, all the people in the library who reading all these books, they ain't never been to the secret room, Herbert. So you mean to tell me I got something that all these people I've been looking at who's smart, who make hundreds of thousands of dollars, who have degrees, who have every educational aspect that life or the white man could give them. You mean to tell me, little old Herbert, this is what he said, little old Herbert, that I done found the secret room that ain't nobody in this library but only those that's been chosen to really understand how it works. Yes, Herbert. So they ain't really smart at all? No, Herbert, they just trained. They don't know the secret. But what you gonna do with it, Herbert? You gonna keep it for yourself? You're going to keep it for yourself so that you can reign and have power over the people? Or are you going to come down and share it with the people so that they can have power within themselves and y'all can be way more powerful together than any of y'all could ever be as an individual? Herbert, what are you going to do with the secret? If my name was Herbert, I say I'm gonna tell it and I'm going to give it to the world. I'm going to give it to the world. I'm going to come on here every Thursday, and I'm going to talk to the world because I ain't got nothing else to do with it. And I know in this here world, most people ain't going to really think I know what I'm saying. I was talking to my daddy today. I said, Dad, man, you know, it's crazy how some people ask me how I know. And I said, Daddy, I don't know. You know, I was a barber, Daddy. He said, yeah, a whole lot of people done told you their whole life. I done witnessed it. I done saw some tell you a whole lot. You know a whole lot. I know you know a whole lot. So, yeah, Dad, I know a whole lot of secrets. So, you know what I did with him? He said, what? You didn't tell nobody, did you? I said, hell yeah, every secret I learned. I chewed on it, swallowed it, digested, and it come out in a message. It come out in a way. It come out in my life. It come out in an expression, hoping that somebody paying attention so that they could pick up what I'm putting down so that they could go use it and shoot it out their gun like a round. How he get that kind of weapon? It did some shit Trav put down. That's the only reason I put it down. I put it down as a secret weapon so you can pick it up when you need it, how you need it, wherever you're at, when don't nobody know you got it, and you can boom, 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 get up out that motherfucker. They say, good God Almighty, who he been training with? That's what hero training is. That's what it's about. I'm just trying to leave a leaning brick. Yesterday was my birthday. Boy, I feel good. Yesterday was my birthday. It was powerful. Shout out to my brother Paul Knight. Grew up with him in Hidden Valley Elementary. Me and Paul played baseball together. Paul was a phenomenal baseball player. One of the only few black people that I know from my time that was good in Little League, that was good in junior high, that was good in high school, and to be black in our day and time to get a full baseball scholarship to a D1 college. Man, that was almost unheard of in my generation to be black and be that good at baseball. Paul's birthday was 7/2 like mine. Came on from Texas. He said, Trav, boy, we got to link up. We had a moment. I called my son. I said, son, I want you to hear something. I said, Paul, man, it's both of our birthday right now in this moment. I said, ain't this powerful, Paul, that we sharing a moment, but it ain't no more mine than it is yours. It's both of our birthday. He said, that's real, cuz. So Paul told me a story about when he was a little boy playing about in baseball. He said, man, in the back of my backyard, my daddy had a wheelbarrow. He said, man, when I was little, I used to have a tennis ball. I would sit there and pitch at that wheelbarrow every day, Trav. And he was like, the key to the wheelbarrow, you know where it got the curve. He said, if you hit it dead in the middle, the ball gonna come right back to my glove. He said, so the objective of me knowing I was good and could find the strike zone was to throwing it right where the ball come right back to my glove. If I hit the curb in any type of way of the wheelbarrow, the ball was going to go out and I would have to go run and get the ball. So the objective was to throw strikes. He said, man, that's why when we played together, and we wasn't nothing but, I think we was 10 or 11. No, I think we was 12. He said, man, I was throwing that fire. I said, I know, Paul, I was your back catcher. And see, baseball was my daddy game. So my daddy would always come to practice or sometimes see me and he, you. And at first I was scared because everybody talked about how hard Paul could throw. And I don't know if you know baseball, but back catching is when you get down and you squat down and you hold that glove and you tell the pitcher with everything he got, you better throw it at me hard as you can. Listen what I'm saying. Throw it at me. So I had to test myself, and I remember this saying, I ain't scared, I can catch it. And that burn when Paul used to throw that thing. started to feel good to me. I said, come on with it, Paul. And Paul threw that thing. And as he telling the story, I realized, I say, Paul, you know your story is so powerful. But you know what is so powerful in that moment? I realized I'm the wheelbarrow. You threw at that wheelbarrow so long and so strong that when it came to me being your back catcher, I became the wheelbarrow. And every time you threw it right, I threw it back right. We went 16-0 that year. Could nobody hit Paul. We went all around this here city. Could nobody hit Paul. Paul was throwing that fire. Pow. I wanted my son to hear that because I wanted him to understand that in Paul movie, in Paul moment, I was the wheelbarrow, son. I'm the talking wheelbarrow. And see, when you're confident in yourself and you know who you is, you don't expect to be the star in somebody else's movie that's on your team because you realize it's a team of stars. So I got to be in his movie, his help, in my movie. I wish a motherfucker would try to steal second on me at 12 years old. If I gave Paul the signal and Paul went down, that was my chance to imitate everything Paul had taught me. I'm gunning at that second base, and I'm finna throw a strike. Watch out, Paul. Sa. Or if somebody was coming around third and they coming in short, I'm ready to tell them right now, greatest 12-year-old back catching story I could ever tell on a team that went 16-0. Man, bring that thing home and let me cover this plate. So that's how I went in mine. But in his, I was just a talking wheelbarrow. Powerful that I wanted my son to understand. Because that's the secret. That's the secret. Is you real enough to be secure of your role in somebody else's movie and secure enough to know who you is in yours? Because if I ain't secure enough in myself to accept in this man movie, I'm talking about in Charlotte, Mecklenburg, I'm talking about at a time in our life when I don't care who you is when you say you from Charlotte, Mecklenburg. I'm talking about the whole goddamn city. I'm talking about the whole Charlotte, Mecklenburg city. I'm Charlotte born, I'm Charlotte raised. And I'm saying from the time that I was 10 to I was 18, every story I tell about athletics, it ain't nobody in the city of Charlotte that's going to tell me I'm lying. And I'm loving to hear other stories than mine. So I'm telling you the secret of what made children great, because we was great children, the best in the city at multiple sports, basketball, baseball, and football. I'm telling you the secret. I'm telling you the secret. I'm telling you the secret. The secret is, amongst stars, insecurities have no place. And the second insecurities come in amongst of where confidence lives. Somebody suffers. That's dependent on security and not insecurity. See, that's the secret. So when you get a group of children, going back to Herbert found books that talked about how to understand the cycles of the mind, how to use the power in words to cultivate the reality, how all of this shit work. Oh my God. When you understand how it works, you can work it on yourself, work it on you, work it through you, work it around you. If you don't understand, those that do will work it on you. only 10% of people really get the secret. There's another 5% that's going to act like the 10, 85 looking for the 15 to say, come here. Come here. And understand the evolution of that. We can all become the 85 at any given moment. If you don't know how to put up a screen though, and you got to call somebody to do something that you don't know, I don't give a fuck what you think you do know. At that point, you become the 85. He could give you the secret and teach you how to put up your own screen door, or he could give you what you asked for so you can call him when you don't know to get some more. But you at least got to know your position. So shout out to my brother Black. My brother Black came through, had a friend, birthday, say him too. 3 people in the same moment with the same birthday on the same day that ain't saw now each other all year round, but some way, somehow, we all came to celebrate our birthday at 10 o'clock in the morning on a day party type vibe. I'm talking about we all thankful to be alive. Say them too. Man, there's no other way or no other place I'd rather be than spending it with you. That's what we all came to agree. Beautiful day. Beautiful day. Give a shout out, man. Give a shout out, man. I'm ready to get up out of here, man. I done went too hard. Hey, I done went too hard. This is a deep subject, though, man. And I really want to, man, I want us to understand, man. I ain't want to go too deep. I just want to leave the key. You got to go and put it in all the doors to find the secret stairway. I just want to leave it leaning so you could open it up and go find the secret stairway, man. This ain't no bullshit. I'm telling the secret, man. You want it? There it is. Link in the comment. It's the only way we gonna build something. Ain't no other way. If you know, tell somebody so they can tell somebody. It ain't deep. Tell somebody that when he made a baby in this here world and brought it in his world, he was born again. And he divined to teach that child who that child is and what that child made of. And it really ain't no alternative. That's just the order and the way it works. And if you don't work it in the order and the way it works, everything that's out of order got a malfunction. Yeah, sometimes we can operate with malfunctions. There ain't my point. I ain't saying the game over. But through malfunctions, you don't maximize potential. He got a new car. She got a new car. They young. It's imperative that they understand how this car works and the maintenance of this car. There's so many stories where he got a new car. She got a new car. They was proud of their new car. But their new car didn't last too long. They say, what wrong? They say it won't turn on. They say, why? They say it won't go. Why? Because I ain't putting no oil in the motor. Don't you know you got to check your oil? No, I didn't know that. Ain't nobody tell me that. Well, I'm sorry. You got a hell of a lesson to learn. Your car ain't no more good. Cars need oil in the motor, oil in the transmission, water in the cooling system. Sometimes you can get away with putting water, but they're designed for cooling, antifreeze. Antifreeze is to stop it from freezing over in the winter. If you got antifreeze in the radiator, when the winter come, the dead winter come, your fluids will still flow. If it don't, it will go into a block of ice. And when it get real cold and water freezing, you don't understand how it works, and you on the highway and your car smoking, done ran hot. Now you done blow the head gasket because you didn't understand the power of antifreeze. And then on the side of antifreeze, they got coolant. And you don't understand the power of coolant. See, water boils at a certain temperature. And it's on a 90 degrees days, 100 degrees days. You burn in the air. You hot as hell. It's hot everywhere. And your car running hot because your water done started to boil. And you don't realize that it was a reason they told you to get antifreeze and coolant. But you say, I'm going to go my own way out of order and put some water. I ain't saying you're wrong, but it's a reason. It's designed for the way it's designed. So until we teach each other how it works, man, because we deserve to know. Everybody deserves to know. Until we believe that, until we know that, until we show that, we ain't gonna never build nothing again like what it was. Because we keep on pulling the ladder up as we secretly go higher. And that's what everybody really want. Don't nobody care. Like my boy Blow say, nobody cares, nobody cares. Some say they do, but they really don't. Some say they will, know when they won't. Nobody cares. Give a shout out to my brother Wood, my brother Crump, my brother Black, my brother E, my brother Bam, my brother Munt, my brother Mike, my wife Keisha, my son King, my daughter Journey, my mama, my daddy, my sister Eb and Sharon, my nephew Anari, my nephew RJ, my niece Brooklyn. Give a shout out to everybody, man. Tomorrow, 4th of July. Go be round family. Go be round love. Fuck thinking you smart. Fuck thinking any other that shit. That will anything that'll make you think you set you apart from something. You think you know something. You think you know a secret. Don't nobody know. Yeah, go be around some love. I have grown to a better me, baby, better than I used to be. I love y'all.